Pizza Expo is wild. Tons of people who I've known over 17 years of being in the pizza world, and they're all together in one room. Every time. It's the one and only Paulie G. My man Andrus right over here. And I stopped at some booths to learn more about products that maybe I don't know enough about, because it's my goal while being here to educate myself on everything new in the pizza business. Energy is off the charts. People are so excited to be here and see each other. It's like a summer camp reunion. Pizza Expo is where everybody gets together who cares about pizza. And so we always run into documentary crews. For instance, this year we ran into somebody doing a piece about Hawaiian pizza, taking canned pineapple and tossing it wet and cold onto a pizza. I love pineapple on pizza, but I think most pineapple pizzas are bad. Hawaii should embrace it and show the world that it can be done well. Because the reason that so many people are conflicted about it, 99% of them are made poorly. And by making it well, you can show that pineapple on pizza is not the enemy. A bad skill set of pizza makers is the enemy. Shred it, open it up. Hawaii knows this more than anybody. The surfer does not control the ocean. The surfer takes whatever the ocean gives it and works with it. That's why if you fight against the pineapple, it's fighting against nature. And I've never surfed in my life. Pepperoni jam? Talk to me about it. What is this? Peppers? There's pepperoni in there?
Mostly pepperoni. There's onions. I can't tell
It's
you
real
what they-
sweet. No,
A lot of onions.
It's sweet.
To give it that jam consistency.
Yeah.
Right? Not brown. Regular granulated, but
Oh, delicious.
isn't it good?
Oh crap. I gotta tell you, you remember the time Paulie was not gonna come to Pizza Expo, and the last minute he decided to come out.
I wasn't going to go. It was still when the expo was a little bit too much industrial.
It was never
It
like
was
that.
changing. I'm looking on Instagram on Tuesday morning, and I'm seeing all these people. I said, I got to be there.
He calls me and goes, "You got room in your hotel room?" And the man, not only, and I'm happy to be your roommate, but the man brings a hat, multiple hat options for every day, and he lays them out on his bed.
Oh, yeah.
I finished up the stroll around the room, and now we're getting ready for the pizza tour tonight at 5:30. This pizza tour is for 50 people, which is way more than we usually take in New York. It's also for people in the pizza industry, so they'll keep me on my toes by really asking probing questions, testing the limits of my knowledge.
Very few people are coming here and not ordering pizza. Lead pizza maker is actually kind of the expediter for the whole line. So he's telling them when to fire whatever has to be fired. He's controlling the pace.
So this is what we call our wood fire area over here. Our oven burns about 900 to 950 degrees. Try to cook it in about 90 seconds or less. We're looking for a really nice blister around the edges.
All right, pizza buddies. I want to introduce you to a guy who I've known for many, many years and who actually took me on a tour of this space when you signed the lease.
No ceiling and dirt floor.
And it was dirt floor, gutted out, and he's saying, "This is where the plumbing's gonna be." And I'm like, this place is never gonna open. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vincent Rotolo.
My story's simple. I'm just a guy who loves pizza. I grew up in Brooklyn, but my father lived on Bleecker Street, and he lived in the building above John's Pizza. 11 or 12, they gave me a job as like the assistant busser. In fact, anyone who's familiar with John's, at some point next door to John's, they decided they were gonna do a cafe. And then the John's Cafe didn't work, and they had a big line and overflow, so they named it John's 2. TOO. My job at John's in June of 1985 was to run pizzas from the original John's outside, dodge through the line, and bring them over and serve them to customers in John's 2.
Do you know the full story of that?
You probably know more than me. Scott knows more than everybody about everything pizza, so even though I was there and lived it,
The top of the dough ended up as the bottom of the pizza.
I know it's a controversial subject. I put the top of the pizza on the bottom ultimately because the top is already dry and I find that less flour is going to adhere to it. And then when I'm extending the dough, flour falls off. You don't have to put as much flour on the peel, and it's easier to slide in the oven without getting the oven dirty and without getting the bottom of the pizza to appear burnt.
And the controversy is if Julio were here, he'd be saying why he always does it the opposite. There is no one solution for all of it. On a pizza tour, if we're talking to people who are home pizza makers, know that they have trouble getting the pizza off the peel, always advise inverting the dough. The top of the dough becomes the bottom of the pizza.
There's a million ways to do everything. Some ways are better than others. whichever way I do it is always the best to just follow me.
New York style pizza is an interesting one because the element of that is tied to the city of New York is the method of eating. Before 1940, pizza in New York was different from pizza after 1940. Pre-1940, it was Italian pizza. It was baked in brick ovens that were usually fueled by coal or by natural gas. And then when the gas-fueled deck oven came around in the late 30s, early 40s, suddenly the business model changed. Pizzerias became much smaller. You can stack 2 deck ovens, 3 deck ovens. You can bake pizzas and then reheat by the slice. And only at that point, really, was pizza by the slice such a large idea. And that's because New York City is a walking city. It's a pedestrian city. Pizza by the slice, although it did exist in smaller ways in places like Chicago and Los Angeles, it was not large enough to be identified with those cities. It's not the water, there's no specific cheese or flour that you can only get in New York. It's more about the method of eating. It's a cultural element, and it's a city planning element. This is kind of how I can define a regional style. I want to give a huge thanks to Ciao Vino. They hosted this amazing event for Slice Out Hunger, supported by Greco Foods and by Maraforni.
I got a call from our friend Giuseppe here. We want to organize an event for charity. How we can, provide all the resources, the time, the qualified, pizza makers to come here to support, not only the restaurant, but your great cause.
When we have an event or a campaign, 100% of the proceeds go to whatever beneficiary we're working with. If we raise $2,000, we don't have to take any of it off to cover our overhead. I'm about to judge the Pizza Championship. There's Best of the Best, and there's Pizza Maker of the Year. So with Best of the Best, the winners of all the categories. And with Pizza Maker of the Year, it's the winners of all past years. My favorite ones to judge, because you're really eating the best. Did you compete?
Yeah, yesterday, yeah.
How'd it go?
39. I'm satisfied.
Great.
Yeah. I love the old school pizzerias that you feature on in your Instagram.
So on our tours, we always go to old school pizzerias and explain their histories and why their pizza comes out the way it does. Goes over, so everybody's collapsing their booths, and that's the perfect time for me to go over to the pizza box booths and grab some samples for the collection. Became obsessed with this and other pizza box companies when I was working on the pizza box book in 2013, 14.
Yeah, I thought this guy was crazy because he was coming by asking for pizza boxes and told me everything he wanted to do, and look at him today.
Have a whole archive of your boxes not in my apartment anymore, in a storage unit.
Right. But I remember when you had them in your apartment.
It was a nightmare and a fire hazard. Oh, so this is like full coverage.
Yep.
I don't see a lot of full coverage printing.
So biggest slice box. Look at that slice box.
Who the heck needs a slice this big?
You do.
What is this? Is this a toilet seat? This is unnecessary.
Put your head in there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, this is like a... No, dude, now I got a Halloween costume. Thank you, guys.
There you go, yeah, in a diaper.